I heard there was this podcast, yo, about something funny like wrestling and so. And you really care about wrestling, don't you? There are drop kicks and leases all over the board, and then something called a wrestling hold. It's a super duper fun podcast about wrestling. That wrestling show. That wrestling show. That wrestling show. That wrestling show. Well, Fro and Bill and maybe a guest or two is here to hold your hand and guide you through a podcast about wrestling. We have a lot of extreme fun, and that without the gun, because I needed something to rhyme fun with. That wrestling show, that wrestling show, that wrestling show, that wrestling show. Well, sit your behinds gently down and listen to our podcast sound and try to guess this week's pro question. You win a lot of cool things and also help Bill with his bills. That's a super duper fun competition. That wrestling show. 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 That wrestling show.
Hey guys, it's Bill here, very tired, sort of sore from doing yard work today. Along with
Yard
Fro.
work. Hey, guess what? If you did yard work here in Norway, you would have a fucking big problem. There's like 7 inches of snow outside.
Would you like to rake leaves and mow the lawn?
I would rather do that and have snow. Well, I love snow, so
I do too, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can borrow some snow from me.
Okay.
Fuck knows, I have enough.
Yeah, send it towards me in the winter because we need it this year. This week we're gonna review NXT Takeover WarGames. We're gonna review the Survivor Series. We're gonna we're gonna talk briefly about the new additions to the main roster over the previous 2 nights that have taken place, and not a whole lot really that we're gonna discuss news wise. Let's get started because I'm still sort of lost in my head because of of my falling down in the side yard today. So,
did you
I
fall down
I
and you
fell
couldn't get up?
I fell on my side. I was sliding down. It was actually sort of funny.
Oh,
So
you poor guy.
I know, poor me. No, actually, there is one piece of news that I do want to get into first that I found very interesting, and this was discussed over the weekend, and it hasn't really been discussed since.
Oh, the Alberto Del Rio news.
No? No, that wasn't what I was thinking. For those who have not heard, which I would be very surprised if anybody hasn't, David Otunga separated with Jennifer Hudson. And this became a hot mess.
It did.
Because, first off, they were engaged for about 10 years.
Yeah, at least.
And somebody asked, and I thought it was a very good question, how in the world are you still engaged after 10 years?
Well, some people are engaged forever, so...
If you're engaged, to me, if you're engaged for like a year and a half or close to 2 years, I could understand.
But 10 years is a lot without getting married.
Yeah. And they had a kid together. They had a son. And this is where the story becomes intriguing. Because Jennifer Hudson, using her Academy Award winning prowess as an actress, quote unquote, filed to get custody of their son and put somewhat of a restraining order on Otunga.
Somewhat of a restraining order?
From the best that I could get.
Yeah, it was a big fucking restraining order.
Yeah. So... so, we've seen David Otunga on TV for a long time, and honestly, I wouldn't think of him as someone that would beat up a woman. I wouldn't.
No.
But then comes this twist from TMZ, and of course, if you want to believe TMZ, you can. If you don't, that's fine.
TMZ. Best news source in the world.
Right. You've been on there a few times.
Yeah, I've been a guest on TMZ, so I'm a TMZ celebrity.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Allegedly, Jennifer Hudson cheated on David Otunga.
Yeah.
With some producer. And now here's my thing. First off, I want to say that I think Jennifer Hudson she's a very good singer.
Yeah, fantastic.
How she did not win American Idol that year is still surprising, I think.
Who won that year?
That's a heck of a good question. Let's go on a quick field trip, everybody.
Toot toot. Toot toot.
Let's see.
I don't remember the song.
Let's see. She was on the 3rd season, and it was won by Fantasia.
Oh, Fantasia. Oh.
Yeah. So, as far as Hudson goes, she had, like I said, allegedly had been maybe cheating. Well, not maybe, but she
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, baby.
And she's on The Voice right now as a coach. So, David Otunga was not at Survivor Series for obvious reasons. And I'll be honest, I supported her when she had that tragedy where her family members got killed by, I think it was like her ex or somebody. I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember. It was something like that, yeah.
But after all of this...
Yeah, no, this seems a little far out.
Yeah,
this seems like so a girl that had too much fucking attention to her and didn't deal with it the right fucking way.
Yeah. So I think what is going to happen here, if more news develops out of this, you're going to see two groups. The ones that are going to support Jennifer Hudson,
yeah,
and the ones that are going to support David Otunga.
David Otunga, yeah, because he's the wrestler.
Yeah, and he's...
No, it is so fucking hard because there's kids, kids involved. Yeah, and fighting about your kids. This is one of the big reasons why I never got a kid.
Right, you told me you never wanted a kid.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't want a kid with my ex-wife.
Right.
It's like fighting over, like, that doesn't help the kid. It doesn't get the kid into a good school.
No.
Standing there fighting over someone like they're a piece of fucking property.
Yeah.
That's not the way to deal with it. I've been in a home with divorced people, and I can say that you feel like a trash bag being sent to one place after another. Like you use a lot of time sitting on buses and trains, crying because you have to go from your father, or crying because you have to go
from your mother,
your mother to see your father. It's not good for people to fight over kids like they're a fucking piece of property.
Yeah. So, unless we see any kind of evidence, I am on the side of David Otunga.
Me too.
Unless...
really good evidence.
Yeah. Plus, Otunga... Plus, if they go to court, Otunga can represent himself. He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
So... But...
You know that saying, you should never represent yourself in the court, so...
I've never heard that saying.
Oh, it's a saying.
I've actually never heard that saying.
Oh.
Want to send a quick congratulations to Punishment Martinez, who won, and we totally skipped over this because there's so much going on in the world of wrestling. He won the Ring of Honor's Survival of the Fittest tournament over the weekend, which guarantees him a future shot at the Ring of Honor World title. So probably in 2018, we will see Punishment Martinez get a Ring of Honor championship match. And from what I had read, there was some really good stuff over the weekend. Especially Cody Rhodes and Christopher Daniels. On the second night, they had a Texas death match. And it almost became a death match because Daniels went through a table set on fire. So, but that's the love of the business. You know, you put your body on the line. So, now I gotta ask, European tours with WWE, they don't come to Norway, do they?
No, Norway is too fucking small for them.
What's the closest that you can think of they've gone to?
Probably either Germany or England.
Okay. Well,
somewhere in Germany or England would be the closest for me, I think.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because WWE yesterday announced their spring European tour and the countries and locations that they are going to be at. Now, this tour in the spring is actually late for like a springtime WWE tour.
Is it before WrestleMania?
It is after. Well, it's usually after WrestleMania, but this is like way after WrestleMania.
Wow.
They have a tour set from May 10th through May the 20th.
Oh, that's late.
That is very late.
Yeah, that's really late.
So I have some of the countries that I'm gonna bring up, and then I'll get to England and Ireland because that's usually where they do most of their stuff. But if you live in Germany, and by the way, all these tickets are going on sale this Friday.
I would love to go. I would fucking love to go. I've never been to a WWE event, so I would love to go.
You might want to make schedule on these dates because they will begin their European tour on May the 10th. That's a Thursday, as they will be in Oberhausen in the
Oberhausen.
Yes, in the Koenig Pilsner Arena.
Yeah.
And then on May 11th, that's a Friday, they will be in Braunschweig at the Volkswagen Hall.
I think it's so funny when you try to say German names.
I know.
Yeah.
Then on May 12th, they will be in Bremen at the OVB Arena.
Yeah, das ist gut, yeah.
Yeah. My name is Hansel. I love that cartoon. Hansel. All right. And the final date for Germany is May the 20th in Munich. I got that right. Yes.
Yeah.
They will be in the Olympia Hall.
Olympia Hall. Yeah.
They will have one show in the Czech Republic.
Oh, Czech.
Or Czechoslovakia, because I can say Czech.
No. Czech Republic is correct.
I know, but I like to say Czechoslovakia because I could still say that. They're going to be in Prague on Sunday, May the 13th at the O2 Arena.
Oh, I wonder if that is closer.
Might have to do some research there, my man. Then on May 14th, they will be in Budapest, Hungary. And,
Budapest.
And I know I'm going to botch this one up. At the Pop Laszlo Budapest Sport Arena.
Say that name one more time.
The Pop Laszlo Budapest Sport Arena.
Okay.
And then they will be in Switzerland on May the 16th in Geneva at the Geneva Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will be in Austria. They will be in Vienna on May the 17th at the Wiener Stadthalle. Wow, I messed that up. It was probably Weiner, isn't it?
Yeah, the Wiener.
Yeah. I figured I messed. As soon as I said that, I knew I messed that up.
Americans.
I know. Aren't we the worst? And then this was announced today, the UK portion of the European tour will begin on May the 9th in Bournemouth, England at the Bournemouth International Centre. On May 10th, they will be in Belfast in Northern Ireland at the SSE Arena. May 11th, they will be in Dublin, Ireland at the 3 Arena. And then Raw and SmackDown will both be held on May 14th and May 15th, respectively, in London at the O2 Arena.
It's going to be full there.
Yep. Also on May the 15th, there will be a show in...
Where in Manchester were they going?
Oh, I haven't gotten to Manchester yet. I just said London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just London. Okay.
Yeah. On May the 15th, they will also be in Birmingham. Notice I said it right. It's Birmingham over in Europe. I know the difference. Don't worry. At the Genting Arena.
Mm-hmm.
May 16th, they will be in Liverpool at the Echo Arena.
Mm-hmm.
On May 17th, they will be in Newcastle at the Metro Radio Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And they will finish the England portion of the European tour in Sheffield on May 18th at the Fly DSA Arena.
Oh, so they're actually not going to Manchester this time.
All tickets except the Dublin show right now are available right now at bookingsdirect.com. you could get the Dublin tickets at Ticketmaster. So, have fun, you crazy Europeans.
Yeah.
All right. We just got finished with the Survivor Series, but the WWE pay-per-view schedule for 2018 has officially come out.
What?
There will be 14 pay-per-views next year.
Jesus, mother of Christ. 14?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
There will be 5 Raw pay-per-views.
Yeah.
4 SmackDown pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And 5 combined pay-per-views.
Let me see if I can guess all the combined pay-per-views.
Okay, well, 4 of the 5 should be easy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. But who's the 5th?
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's together. Is Royal Rumble together?
That's together.
SummerSlam.
That's together.
And Survivor Series.
Yep.
But what's the last one? When is it? Is it early in the year or late?
June 17th.
So pretty. Oh, so it's before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
What do we have before SummerSlam? Is it Money in the Bank?
It is Money in the Bank.
Hey, that was a good guess.
And before we get into the date,
it makes sense.
It does.
Makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Before we get into the dates and the locations, that's a smart move to have Money in the Bank as a combined.
Definitely. Yeah.
So you could get away.
Do both.
Ooh, you know what I just thought of?
What?
Because I know Money in the Bank's 6 months away.
Yeah.
There's a possibility we could have 4 Money in the Bank ladder matches. They could do 2.
Yeah. 2 for the women.
And 2 for the men. Yep.
And yeah. That's good.
You're reading my mind. Okay, so here are the dates and the locations if anybody lives in the areas for Money in the Bank. Or for the pay-per-views, I mean. Apologize. We start January...
Money in the Bank everywhere.
Money in the Bank's going to be all over the place. No. January 28th, you guys know the Royal Rumble will take place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's already known. Mm-hmm. After that, February the 25th is a Raw pay-per-view. It is Elimination Chamber. It will be held in Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't know if that's going to be running opposite the Academy Awards that night, but if it is, I am watching the Elimination Chamber. Because there will be no male actors nominated this year. That's an inside joke. Anyway, after that, March 11th, Fastlane, which will be a SmackDown pay-per-view, will be in Columbus, Ohio. So I'm sure Mr. Mutant Larry will be attending that one. And then there's the small pay-per-view called WrestleMania 34, April the 8th.
Never heard about it.
It's going to be in New Orleans.
Never heard about WrestleMania. Whatever could that be?
I don't know. May 6th will be Backlash. That will be a Raw pay-per-view. That will be in Newark, New Jersey. May 27th, Payback will be a SmackDown pay-per-view. It'll be in Baltimore, Maryland.
They changed it up.
Yeah. I think that's Memorial Day weekend. So
yeah,
they might change the date on that one. Because it's Memorial Day weekend. I don't think they want to get involved. I don't know.
Then it's Extreme Rules, I'm guessing?
Well, no. The next one is Money in the Bank. It will be June 17th, Chicago, Illinois. So you know those guys are going to be all rowdy that night.
Oh. So no Extreme Rules?
Well, hold on. We've still got 6-7 more to go.
Okay.
July 15th. Battleground, which will be a Raw pay-per-view, will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
August 19th, SummerSlam will be once again in Brooklyn. Why the hell not?
I think they booked that place to like 2040 or
You're
something.
probably right, and we just don't know about this.
It's going to be there forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
September 16th is Extreme Rules. There you go. That is a Raw pay-per-view, and it will be in San Antonio, Texas.
But it's so weird that it's so late because it's always right after WrestleMania.
Yeah. September 30th, Hell in a Cell, which will be a SmackDown pay-per-view. That will be in Nashville, Tennessee. October the 21st will be TLC. That will be Raw's last pay-per-view of the year. That will be in Boston, Massachusetts. As we announced last week, November 18th, the Survivor Series will be in Los Angeles, California. And to wrap up 2018 pay-per-views, December the 16th, SmackDown has Clash of Champions in San Jose, California. And that is your pay-per-view schedule for 2018.
That's late in December.
The 16th?
Holy fuck. Yeah.
At least it's better than running on Christmas. That's for sure. All right, briefly, without spoiling what we're going to be discussing about with NXT and Survivor Series, there were call-ups the last 2 nights.
Somewhat surprising and somewhat not.
Yeah. Monday on Raw, we had the return of Paige. I mean,
what a shock! Like I didn't say that was going to happen. I was a little disappointed she showed up on Raw. I'm not going to be completely douchebag and say I wasn't, but we have to discuss this because holy fuck, they are trying to do the same fucking gimmick on SmackDown. Exactly the same gimmick on SmackDown. They even have one that looks like Paige on SmackDown.
Well,
do you ever think about that? And she's British. Both are British, aren't they?
Who's the other one?
Ruby
Riott?
Ruby
Riott? No, she's not British.
She?
No, she's not British.
I thought she was British.
Well, okay. To be honest though, bro.
Yeah.
With Paige, everybody saw her comeback coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You didn't get the joke.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, so
I did.
But seriously, she did come back.
Yeah.
And she cut a promo. Now, I was busy putting our Thanksgiving food away, so I didn't see the promo. But I did see what happened after. And I gotta be honest, Paige looked healthy. She looked healthy. Yeah. That was the big thing.
She looked really good. I was looking for the tattoo she was having with Alberto Del Rio, and you can see kind of because I think she, if I don't remember incorrectly, I think she inked his real name.
Right, you told us that when we were watching Survivor Series.
Alberto Del Bertrand or whatever his real name is.
Or as
sorry?
Or as Jim Boy Star calls him, Alberto El Patreon.
El Patreon, yeah. But you can almost see it. I could see the first letter of the, but I think she's going to get rid of that faster than she got rid of Alberto Del Rio.
So so she ends up having another group. So this is just like 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly like 2 years ago.
So she.
And who were the two others?
Sonya Deville.
Yep.
And Mandy Rose.
Heard of one of them, never seen the other.
Which one have you heard of?
Heard of the one that wasn't the blonde.
So Sonya Deville. Okay.
Yeah, Sonya Deville.
Mandy Rose was on the last Tough Enough. She was the runner-up.
Oh. I covered that show.
and she ends up making it further than the winner did. So just remember that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And already we're getting a lot of comparisons of her to Trish Stratus.
She looks like Trish.
So they beat up Mickey James and Sasha Banks, and then they get to Alexa Bliss, and they beat up Alexa Bliss. So,
looked super strong. Was fun to see. Paige turning heel again. I missed her. I'm going to be honest. I missed her.
Man,
she's a good wrestler.
It's not like that Raw women's division is already stacked.
No, I know.
Let's just keep adding the fire.
I don't understand why they're adding 3 people. It would be enough with 1. Oh shit, sorry.
Right.
But it would be enough with 1. But they're doing the stuff again.
Yeah.
I know where it's going, and I'm not sure I like it.
Yeah. And then on SmackDown last night, we had Ruby Riott, who I was actually surprised how long it took her to get onto the main roster, because I don't think she was even in NXT for a year. And she's already up on the main roster. Not that I don't like it. I think she's a good wrestler. She is.
Oh, she's a tremendously good wrestler. But my main problem is why, and I'm going to say this once again, why are they putting someone that looks a little like Paige, sounds a little like Paige, wrestles a little like Paige? All those fucking things in SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, that division does need a little bit of help, I think. Just a little.
Definitely not.
So
I'm happy to see them there.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about
no.
I'm just complaining they're doing the same fucking thing. I don't like it.
So Ruby Riott comes up, and she brings along with her Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, who was in the Mae Young Classic, to the main roster.
Yeah, never seen. I recognized one of them.
Logan.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was actually surprised. I'll be honest. I was surprised that the moves were made. Because normally, like, you'll read on the dirt sheets and whatever, like, oh, they're going to call these guys, they're going to call these people up soon. Didn't see one thing about any of the 5. And I'm excluding Paige because we knew she was going to come back. But what a nice surprise. And then, during 205 Live last night, it was announced Hideo Itami is coming to 205 Live. So he's finally going up to the main roster.
Yeah.
Which I really like, because that's been long overdue, I think.
Yeah, no, that's incredibly weird that we haven't seen him before.
Yeah. So some interesting things are going to be happening going into 2018, folks. Believe that. All right. There really isn't that much news. Did you have any trivia this week?
I do.
All right, let's do it.
It is. Since we are doing this and it's kind of funny, and we're doing it mostly for fun, and WWE too much. It is Slammiversary 15.
Hey, all right.
TNA.
Hey. Oh
God. Let's start with a pre-show match. It was Ali, Braxton Sutter, and Mashallah Shera against KM Congo Kong and Laurel Van Ness.
Oh gosh.
I haven't heard of most of them.
I am going to say that the Van Ness team won.
No, it was the Ali team.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Then we have a 4-way Lucha Rules match for Impact Wrestling World and GFW team tag team championship. That was when GFW actually meant anything.
Right.
Then we have, and it was Drago and El Hero de Fantastima, Garcia Jr. and Laredo Kid, the Latin Exchange, Ortiz and Santina, and Neoamachi Marafuji and Tajaili Ishihori.
This is where I have fun when you try to say these names.
Yes.
Now you said LAX was in this match, right?
Yes.
LAX.
That's correct.
All right.
Then we have another tag team match. Sure, a lot of tag team matches in the SummerSlam.
Slammiversary.
Slammiversary, sorry. SummerSlam. Not the same. It was Chris Adonis and Eli Drake against D'Angelo Williams and Moose.
Oh, God.
I will tell you who didn't win.
The fans. I'm going to say Eli Drake's team.
No, it was D'Angelo Williams and Moose.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Then we have a strap match. I actually remember this strap match. This was the best strap match I've seen in a long time. No, it isn't. And it was James Storm against Ethan Carter III. Because remember that?
Oh, God.
Yeah, oh, God, indeed. That's fucking atrocious, is that? I mean, how do you...
I'm going to...
Why do you... Yeah.
I'm going to say EC3.
Where was I? Yes. That's true.
All right.
Isn't Carter the third? Yeah. I can tell you who didn't win. The audience. Hey, I just make that joke. Then we have no DQ match. And it was Jeremy Borash and Joseph.
Oh, God, this match.
Yes. Against Josh Matthews and Scott Steiner. match of the century, right?
Okay, this is actually starting to come back to me a little bit because I was on vacation, so there was no way I could catch the results of this show. It was Borash's team. Borash's team won that match.
Yes. It was. Then you have 2 out of 3 falls match for the Impact Wrestling X Division Championship. And it was Sonja Dutt against Loki.
All right. Yeah, this is starting to come back to me, actually. Sanjay won that match.
Yeah. He did.
All right.
Then we have unification. I was like, unification? What is unification? Yeah, unification match. Sorry. For the Impact Wrestling Knockout and the GFW Women's Championship. And it was Rosemary against Sienna.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that one I don't remember. I'm gonna say Sienna.
And Sienna is correct.
Yes,
Mister. That is totally true. Is that a little sad?
What, that Sienna won that match?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I liked Sienna. She was a good wrestler. But then we have a unification match for Impact World Heavyweight and Global Force Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. And it was Lashley with King Mao and Alberto El Patron with Dos Caras.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember this one now. It was Alberto who won that match.
Yeah.
El Patreon.
And we did respect him. Remember when we respected him?
There was a little respect.
Yeah. We loved and respected him.
Yeah.
That was before.
Game a prick.
Now he's an asshole.
Yep. Sure is. All right. At the end of this week's show, everyone, I'm going to be announcing our schedule for the rest of this year because 2017 is winding down. So you guys get prepared for how we're going to end 2017 and also how we're going to bring in 2018. So stay tuned for that. So now we are going to focus on what I thought was a really good weekend of wrestling.
It definitely was a good weekend. I totally agree with you. One pay-per-view was maybe the best.
And then, well, we'll get into it. We'll get into how we felt of both shows. So we will begin with Saturday's.
I did enjoy both, just to say so.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed both shows.
Yeah.
So we will begin with NXT Takeover WarGames, and this was 5 matches on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And of course we have grades from CBS Sports and okay, real quick before I get into, because I don't want to forget this. ESPN.com did a horrendous article the day of this pay-per-view of the 5 most, like, it was like 5 game-changing war games or most important war games or some bullshit like that.
Okay.
Of the 5, there may have been like 1 or 2 that would have fit. Oh, okay, okay, the title of the article is Revisiting 5 War Game Matches That Changed Wrestling History.
Okay.
Let me read you the 5. The first one, Road Warriors, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff, Paul Ellering versus Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Lex Luger, and War Machine. The second War Games. Not the first. The second. I mean, the second's good. The second one is good.
It is good, but
how's the first one not there?
I don't know.
How's the first one not there?
That is just stupid.
Okay. Next one. Road Warriors, Midnight Express, and Steve Williams versus the Fabulous Freebirds, Samu, and Fatu.
Okay.
That one's not that bad.
No.
Although this first sentence kills me. Perhaps the best War Games match in the 80s took place at the 1989 Great American Bash.
Oh, that's funny.
Again, where's the first one?
I think they forgot they had the first one.
Yeah, it's like the first one doesn't exist.
Did we have any other? No. We didn't have any other pay-per-views. No. Right. What pay-per-views are you talking about?
Next one. Ric Flair, Sid Vicious, Barry Windham, and Larry Zbyszko versus Brian Pillman, Sting, and the Steiner Brothers.
Okay.
Yes, they got one right.
Yeah.
They got one right on this one. And I recently watched that match.
Yeah, that's a really
the
good
day
match.
of War Games. Yeah. Next one. Sting Squadron, Sting, Nikita Koloff, Dustin Rhodes, Ricky Steamboat, and Barry Windham versus the Dangerous Alliance. Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Steve Austin, Rick Rude, and Larry Zbyszko. Yeah. That might be my favorite WarGames of them all.
But, oh yeah, it's a really good one.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Plus, the amount of Hall of Famers that are in this one match alone.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Sting, Steamboat, Wyndham, Anderson, Austin, Rude, Zbyszko. Eden should be in someday. Koloff should be in someday. Dustin Rhodes should be in someday. Yeah. How can you beat that one? And finally, the coup de grace. Dustin Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes, and the Nasty Boys against Arn Anderson, Bunkhouse Buck, Colonel Robert Parker, and Terry Funk.
Wow.
Where in the world did this pick come from?
Oh, that's random. That is random.
That's number... And these are in chronological order, by the way.
Right.
Oh, thumbs down on this list. Major thumbs down. I think I've seen all but one WarGames that WCW ever did. They missed the boat big time on that one. Okay, so enough about me shitting on ESPN. Why am I not on your staff? I could make better articles than that. Anyway, let's get into it. The opening match was Cassius Ohno against Lars Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This got my lowest grade, but only because of the action we would get the rest of the night. I like Ohno. I really do. I just wish he'd be on the main roster, because I think he could be used really good on the main roster. I saw potential in Lars Sullivan Saturday night. I'm not saying he's going to be on the main roster by this time next year, but if they develop him, they make him better, I could see him being their next Braun Strowman.
Oh, that's giving him a lot of praise, though.
But they got to develop him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the difference right now between...
I'm not sure how fucking interested they are, to be honest with you.
All right.
I do hope you're right.
Yeah.
I really do.
Because if you look at how they developed Braun when he first started out as a single wrestler, it took them about 6 months.
6 months there, I would say. Yeah.
And look at how far he's gone now.
Yeah.
Lars Sullivan got the win. I gave this match a C.
Yeah, it was a really good match. It was full of entertainment. I liked it. I would give it even a C+.
Okay. CBS Sports gave this match a B-, and ESPN gave this 2 3/4 out of 5.
Okay.
The next match, and this, if it hadn't been to me for the main event, this would have been the match of the show, hands down.
Oh yeah.
Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream.
So good.
Oh my gosh. What?
One of my favorite matches in so fucking long.
This could seriously be the match of the year for NXT.
Yeah.
It could at least be in the discussion.
Oh yeah. No. It's amazing.
Because, okay, here's Velveteen Dream, who most of you might remember him as Patrick from Tough Enough.
And isn't it funny how I needed to be reminded of that is Patrick from that show? Because I did not fucking remember him. I did not recognize him. You had to say, "Oh, that's Patrick from that show," and I was like, "No, you're kidding with me. I didn't believe you."
Yeah. So here's Velveteen Dream. 22 years old.
Oh, so fucking young.
This kid's a prodigy. I don't use that word ever.
They have something huge.
Oh my god. Like,
if they use that guy right, he will be the next John Cena.
Oh my god.
I'm not fucking kidding you.
The stuff that happens in this match is amazing.
Yeah.
And the whole storyline going into this match, because they did a good video package. All Velveteen Dream wants Black to do is say his name. That's all he wants him to do.
Yeah.
And it's so good. We get, different mind games from both competitors, hard-hitting, striking moves. It was so well done. This was an incredible match. Easily Aleister Black's best match to date in NXT.
Yeah. No. There's absolutely no competition. Absolutely no competition.
This is the breakout match for Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Because, folks... No, go ahead.
No, I don't use this word lightly, but I almost fell in love with him. Like, not.
You became a fan of him.
I became.
I understood what you meant.
I'm not saying I'm gay.
No, I understood what you meant. No, that's...
No, but yeah.
Excuse me. What I was going to say was, this was his breakout match. Because if you ever get that one opportunity to break out, you best take advantage of it. Take the ball, run with it. That's what he did. That's what Velveteen Dream did. And he came off like $1 million.
Yeah.
Aleister Black wins the match. Hell of a match. And then after the match, Black sits down next to Dream. And all he does is he grabs the mic and he goes, "Enjoy infamy, Velveteen Dream." He said the name.
Yeah.
Oh, I want this story to continue. I do.
Yeah, I hope we will see something more. He's a prodigy.
Yeah. I originally had this as a B. I bumped it up to a B+. That's
how... No. This is an A. Come on.
Oh, all right.
Oh, come on, Luke. Bill.
CBS Sports gave this match an A-, and ESPN gave this 4.25 out of 5. But no, this was a really good match. Next match was the Fatal 4-Way to fill the vacancy to the NXT Women's title. Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, Peyton Royce, Ember Moon were the competitors. This was another good match.
This is maybe like I had really high expectations for the match.
Okay.
I did like it. I'm not saying that I didn't like it.
Right.
I was somewhat disappointed in the match quality, maybe.
All right.
I maybe wanted a little more because I know how fucking good they were, and I'm going to be honest. Even though I guessed the winner of the match, I was a little disappointed it was the winner.
Really?
I felt like they could do something else than Ruby.
All right. This was this was a good match. When you're in a situation, well, they had to follow the previous match, which is hard. That is hard to do.
Yes, it is.
But they did the best that they could, I thought. And you had a good story. All four want to be the champion. They're almost willing to do anything. And in the end of the match, Sane hits her move, but Ember comes in, and then she hits the double stunner, which looked really good, because Royce had Nikki Cross almost in a sleeper variation.
Yeah.
Moon jumps from the top, gets a double stunner if you think about it. So it's like a stunner within a stunner. And then she pins Cross to get the 3 count to become the new NXT Women's Champion. After the match, and I liked this moment, Asuka came in the ring and presented Ember Moon with the belt. I liked that moment.
Yeah, it was somewhat surreal, but also really like nice and kind of cozy.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping she would do it, and I felt like she didn't. I don't think she was pressured, but I do think she kind of felt like she had to do it.
I gave this match a B.
Okay, I can understand that. I would give it a B minus.
Okay. CBS Sports gave this a B plus, and ESPN gave this 3 3/4 out of 5.
Okay.
Then the next match was the NXT Championship match. Andrade Cien Almas defending, or challenging, I should say, Drew McIntyre for the title. This was another good match.
This was really good. This was the surprise of the night almost.
Oh my god, yeah. This was definitely the surprise.
Yeah.
Because we had both thought, oh, there's no way Drew's losing the title. He just won it like 2-3 months ago.
But, no. I was like, no, there's no way he's losing it. This is so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't.
And that's and that is what makes wrestling great to watch.
Yeah.
Because when you think, like we did last week.
Yeah. We said it last week.
We did. Very good match. Good back and forth. Selena Vega got involved in the match in very good way. I liked how she was, used. It went in the ring. It went out of the ring. You had near falls. Everything you can do. And then the ending was a little botch. A
little.
Well,
I'm not sure if I blame her.
Well, it ends up with McIntyre getting legitimately injured in the end.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking anything away. That was an accident. Almost hit a DDT, like it was like a wrist lock DDT, and that was enough to pin Drew McIntyre and Andrade Cien Almas, the new NXT champion, in a shocker. And
yeah, and like Luke said to me, oh, okay, then we will see him on Tuesday or Wednesday. No.
Well, that's because Drew ended up tearing his bicep on that last move. So I have not heard any report on if he's going to need surgery and how long. He looked upset about that.
Oh yeah, he looked super upset.
But Almas winning, and to think about it, because when he first came to NXT, I'm talking about Andrade Almas.
Mm-hmm.
He had, the notoriety because he was coming from CMLL, and he had wrestled in New Japan as well. And he was doing, without the mask. And at first, like, people were into it. And then it was like, oh, God, this same gimmick. And then he was just lost in the mix for a while. And then, he has this no-care attitude. because, and I totally forgot about this, he was a member of Los Ingobernables in Mexico, because that's where the whole gimmick began that Naito has, is in Mexico. So, I'm glad for Almas winning the title. He's a very good wrestler, totally underrated in my opinion. I actually bumped this match up as well. I had it at a B minus. I'm going to end up giving it a B.
B plus. I'll even give this. I think it's really good.
All right. CBS Sports gave this an A minus. Wow, maybe we're being a little harsh. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we are.
And ESPN gave this 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That is a little high.
Maybe. And then the main event, WarGames. I liked the siren that they used as the cage dropped. Oh, that was so good. I liked that. So good. They changed it up. So it is Sanity, Undisputed Era, and the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
So we start with Young, Cole, and Strong for the 5-minute period. And we get good action going. So after the 5-minute period had finished, they did the light thing where, it would light up, switch up, sort of like a game show. And Undisputed Era was the first team out. So O'Reilly and Fish got to go in the cage for 3 minutes. Then after that 3-minute period ended, they did the light thing again, and the Authors of Pain were the next ones out, which surprised me because I thought, okay, they're going to save them for the end because they're the faces in this.
Yeah.
So then we go to the last 3-minute period, and then that's when the other members of Sanity came out. Now, before we get into the good stuff, all I saw after the match was how everyone was pointing out how the referee was so tan. Drake.
Well, I've seen many yellow, brownish. What can I call this color? It was so carrot.
Yeah. Drake Warts for president, 2020.
Oh.
I mean, you already have one orange person in the White House, so
why not come make another?
Why not? Okay, so once Sanity comes out, this is where the match gets fun. And it was fun. Because Alexander Wolf enters the cage. Now remember, they added this rule, and we did not discuss this rule because we didn't know this was going to be put into play. If any member of a team escaped the cage, their team forfeited the match, which I did not know was in the rules. So Killian Dane does not go in right away.
No.
He starts grabbing everything under the ring. Trash cans, chairs, tables, Singapore canes. There's a huge chain that he pulls out. And then he comes in. And then it becomes the Killian Dane show.
Yeah.
And he just was on fire this match. I mean, it was unbelievable. Like we said earlier, Velveteen Dream had his breakout match. This was Killian Dane's breakout match. And he looked so good.
He looked like he was the strongest person ever alive.
I know. Coming out of this match, he looked the best.
Yeah.
And, these guys are doing everything to each other. They're running each other into the cage, through tables, off chairs, the Singapore cane, double Tower of Dooms from the turnbuckles. Roddy does a superplex from the top of the steel cage with Adam Cole onto everybody. And then the end of the match, because this match went well over a half hour. It had to have been close to 40 minutes. Adam Cole and Eric Young, they're up. Cole hits a Shining Wizard onto Eric Young that hits Young square in the head with the chair. He gets the 3 count. Undisputed Era wins the War Games. And I like to use the line that Jim Ross used in one of the War Games. The winners don't end up looking like the winners. And believe me, they did not look like they were the winners.
No. They didn't look that at all.
Loved this match for the nostalgia purposes. I liked the new spin into the War Games. I don't know how often they're going to use it, but I hope it's once every so often. I gave this an A.
I gave this an A-.
All right.
So we both loved it.
We both loved it. I mean, it's not match of the year, but oh my God, this was such a fun match. CBS Sports gave this a B. ESPN gave this 4.25 out of 5.
Yeah.
And that was NXT Takeover War Games.
That was NXT War Games.
So quickly, the grades. Most people, including yourself, Fro, gave this an A.
Yeah, I gave this pay-per-view an A. Fantastic pay-per-view. It's I even showed some parts of this pay-per-view to my girlfriend just to let her look at the Velveteen match.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking amazing.
One person gave this a C, which is respectable. One person gave it a B, but the majority gave it an A. And I think I'm going to join that bandwagon.
Yeah?
There really wasn't a bad match on the show. Not saying it was the show of the year, but it was pretty damn good. Favorite match from TakeOver, according to our friends on Facebook, very close race. Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream up 5 votes to 4 over the War Games. Well, you know, Fro, I have to do this. I have to make it a tie. I mean, Black and Dream was an unbelievable match. I loved that match. But the War Games was so fun, you know. And I posted this on the Smart Wrestling Fan Facebook group. I had never seen a War Games match live. All I ever saw was on tape or DVD.
Yeah.
This was my first time seeing this live, and I feel the same way for a lot of people. What an unbelievable match! But both of those matches, you can make.
Yeah.
If you made the argument for either one, you would win. Honest to God, you would win.
Yeah.
Least favorite match, the majority went with Ono versus Sullivan, which is understandable.
Yeah, that's my least favorite match as well.
One person, for some reason, went Black versus Dream. Don't know why.
Yeah, they have been drunk or something.
Probably. And one person voted McIntyre and Almas. I'm going to go Ono and Sullivan just because, like I said, it wasn't the worst match in the world. It just, going by the grades, it was an average match. There was one comment on that one, and that it is from Ted. He wrote, Ono and Sullivan, I thought, was the only squash match on the card. I could see his point.
Yeah.
To a degree, I could see his point.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Saturday. Sunday was the Survivor Series.
You mean, I saw 5 minutes of this and I was too tired to watch it. You mean that pay-per-view?
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
So we're going to quickly go through the kickoff matches.
Yeah, the kick out of matches for me, yeah.
First match was Elias versus Matt Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
This match could have been on Raw.
Yeah.
It could have.
It could have. It should have.
But it wasn't. Now I said the Fro because we were watching this on, we were talking on Skype during this. I don't know if anybody else noticed this. I thought I saw Elias give the middle finger twice to the fans. I swear I did.
Yeah.
Elias got the win. I gave this match a C.
C minus.
All right. CBS Sports gave that match a C minus. And let's see how ESPN went with this. ESPN did not give this match a grade, so that's probably a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, next match was the Cruiserweight title match. Enzo Amore defending it against Kalisto.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, they got the worst match of the show out of the way early.
Thankfully.
That's how I felt about that match.
Yeah.
I think we need to move on and have somebody else try to get the Cruiserweight title.
Yep.
Enzo got the win. I gave this a D.
Mm-hmm.
What grade did you give this one?
A D.
Okay. Well, CBS Sports gave this a C.
Wow.
And like I mentioned, ESPN did not have a grade for this match. Smart move.
Yeah. Smart move.
And then our final pre-show match, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn against Breezango. Again.
Why was this here?
Well, they had to fill time. And plus, Owens and Zayn did not have a match. So,
but it was so good, the match. That's I'm almost angry of how much I liked it. Is that a little weird? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do. We're going to be different on this one, that's for sure.
Oh, you didn't like this at all?
Now, it wasn't the worst match, like I said. The previous match was.
Right.
The match was okay. I could have seen this on SmackDown. I could have.
I liked it. I didn't think it was anything to write home with. Not at all. But I don't see the big hate for this, to be honest.
No, it's okay. I mean, I didn't dread this. Let's say it that way. I did not dread this match. But
right.
I gave it a C minus.
Okay.
What did you give this one?
I gave it a B.
Oh.
I really like this match. I like the guys and it was somewhat what can I say? It was somewhat surprising for me.
All right. CBS Sports gave this a C plus.
Yeah, I can understand that, and I would argue that is a good score.
All right. So now we go on to the main show, and we start the Survivor Series with trios action as the New Day fought the Shield. This was a good match to kick off the pay-per-view.
What a fantastic match to run down the pay-per-view.
Yeah, this was
really good.
This was a really good match. Good storytelling, good back and forth. Although we didn't get during the match the whole Big E waving his butt on Roman, and yeah, that didn't make much sense. Very good match. Could have gone either way, which is what made that match good. Triple power bomb, or not the triple power bomb, but the power bomb from the second rope. with the Shield getting the win. Very good ending. Liked this match. I gave this a B.
Okay.
How about you?
I liked it more than you.
Okay.
B+. All
right. CBS Sports gave this a B+ as well. And ESPN gave it 3 3/4 out of 5. So the next match was the Women's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw and Team SmackDown. I actually have the order of elimination in front of me.
Okay, please tell me.
Becky Lynch, the team captain, was the first one eliminated from the match, which was surprising. Bayley eliminated her, and then Tamina eliminated Bayley with the Superfly Splash. And then I read somewhere somebody posted, "Oh, I wonder if Tamina's gonna channel her dad tonight."
Oh,
yeah,
that's a bad joke.
It is. And then Nia Jax got counted out, which was a good way.
That's a horrible joke.
No, it was a bad joke. It was. But Nia Jax was counted out next. And then we had a weird elimination. Alicia Fox got eliminated by Naomi. It looked like the ref had made a 3, but Fox got her shoulder up. It was a weird botch. And then Sasha quickly eliminated Naomi with the bank statement. And then Carmella got eliminated by Asuka. And then Sasha Banks got eliminated by Natalya via the sharpshooter. And then Tamina got eliminated by Asuka. And Natalya got eliminated by Asuka with the Asuka lock. Asuka, the sole survivor in the match. Not surprised that she was. This was a good match. I gave this a C+.
Yeah. I would give it a B-.
All right. CBS Sports gave this a B. And ESPN gave this a 3 out of 5. Now, before we go on to the next match, the joke that Luke and I and Grass Dragon made throughout the night was, if somebody ripped their shirt off, they are a member of Rock's family. So Nia Jax ripped her shirt off during the match. Roman Reigns did not wear his shirt, so he's a member of the Rock's family. So remember that joke going on throughout the rest of the show.
Aww.
Next match, the first of the Battle of the Champions, as Baron Corbin fought The Miz. And Maurice was out there for the match.
Why did I like this match, Bill?
I have no idea.
Because everybody I've read online is hating on this match.
I wasn't too big on this one. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't too big onto it.
Who the fuck is trying to call me?
No. The match... Right. The match was okay.
Can you wait 2 seconds?
Yeah. Corbin Miz was a match, and Baron Corbin won.
It definitely was a match.
I gave this a C-.
Yeah, it's not a good match. Yeah. I gave it a C- as well.
All right.
And I liked it more than I think I saw other people like it. So.
Yeah. CBS Sports gave this a B-. Okay. And ESPN gave this 3 1/4 out of 5. And then,
I'm not sure I understand that.
Yeah. Real quick, I have to tell you about the commercial that played in between this match and the next match.
Okay.
It was for K Jewelers. Do you remember last year when one of the divas helped a guy pick out a wedding ring?
Yeah.
Well, we had that part 2.
Aww.
So Bailey helped out this schmuck, and they're at K Jewelers, and they look at the engagement ring, and the guy picks the first wedding ring. He picks the first ring, and he's like, "This is it. This is the one." So he then takes his girlfriend to the arena because they're in Baltimore. I could tell right away where the arena was. Bailey's there. The girlfriend looks around. The guy gets on her knee, or the guy gets on his knee, and he gives the cheesiest proposal of all time. He goes and he says, "Blah blah blah. Will you be the champion in my heart?" Oh my god, it was so bad. The champion in my heart. And of course she said yes. So they live happily ever after. Next match, the tag title match, champion match.
Yes.
Cesaro and Sheamus against the Usos.
Yeah, this was really good.
This was another good match.
Yeah.
Right team went over.
Mm-hmm.
Usos had to win that match because of what I said last week. Usos have just been really good on pay-per-view these last several months.
Oh, yeah, really good.
You could probably put them against cardboard paper and they could deliver a very good match. I gave this a C+. How about you?
I gave it a C+ as well.
All right. CBS Sports gave this a B+, and ESPN gave this a 4 out of 5. Wow.
That's a lot.
That is. Next match was the women's match, Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte. This match was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I liked the match. I thought it told a good story. This was probably Alexa's best match since she's been on the main roster.
Yeah.
Charlotte ended up getting the win with the figure 8.
Yeah.
It was a good match. I gave this a C.
I gave this a C+.
All right. CBS Sports gave this a B+. And ESPN gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Right.
And then we go to the next match, which is Brock Lesnar against AJ Styles. I honestly thought, watching the early part of this match, that Styles was going to get squashed. It looked like Lesnar was killing the guy. But Styles ends up making a comeback. And it ends up being, to me, the best match of the entire show.
So fucking amazing match.
Oh, this was good.
Amazing.
Great match.
We talked of good quality, and we talked about like match of the year candidate. This is up there.
This could be up there.
Amazing. Yeah.
And this might have been Brock's best match in well over a year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The end, Styles went for a high-flying move, but he got caught into an F5. Brock got the win. I gave this a B+.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
B+.
All right. CBS Sports gave this match an A. And ESPN gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
So
there's arguments for it.
Oh,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So then we go to the main event of the Survivor Series, the men's 5-on-5 elimination match. Team Raw and Team SmackDown. We had very good dream match scenarios for a few minutes during this match. I mean, we had Balor and Nakamura in the ring at the same time. We had Rude and Hunter in the ring at the same time. You just had very good scenarios in the beginning of the match.
All over. Yeah, it was amazing.
And then we go into the eliminate. Oh, I have to say, the best line of the entire night was when Triple H was in the ring. And this was a complete botch. Michael Cole describing Triple H. Triple H, the wife of Stephanie McMahon. Remember, folks, this man gets paid a lot more money than Fro and I will ever make for botches like that. So, here's the eliminations. Shinsuke Nakamura was the first one eliminated by Braun Strowman. Then Bobby Roode was eliminated by Braun Strowman. Then, and I want to mention this real quick, a real cool spot, the entire SmackDown team, including Nakamura and Roode, who had not left, suplexed Strowman through the German announce table. That was a really good spot.
Really cool spot, yeah.
Samoa Joe then was eliminated by John Cena. And then, this was surprising. Cena eliminated mid-match by Kurt Angle. Wow. Yep. I did not see that elimination coming.
Me neither.
And then Finn Balor got eliminated by Randy Orton. And then we get to a really good part where Orton was about to tag Shane, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn got involved and attacked Shane. Orton would eventually be eliminated by Braun Strowman, which left it 3-on-1. And then the ending was probably the most confusing ending I have seen to a pay-per-view ever.
I liked it.
Really? All right.
Yeah, I did.
Angle had the ankle lock on Shane, which would have ended the match. Triple H comes in, pedigrees Kurt Angle, puts Shane over on Angle. Angle is eliminated by Shane McMahon. And Braun has this look on his face like, what the hell is going on here? And then Triple H picks up Shane. He's like, you're okay. You're okay. We're going to get him. Pedigree Shane. Shane McMahon eliminated. Braun Strowman and Triple H win the match. But I did like the ending where Braun grabs Triple H by the throat and he's like, if you ever do that again, you're not going to play games anymore. And then he gives Triple H the power slam. If we didn't have that ending, this would have gotten a B+ for me, but I gave it a B.
I gave it a B+.
Okay. CBS Sports gave this a C, and ESPN gave this 2 3/4 out of 5.
Oh.
So that wraps up our look at the Survivor Series. So let's go to the grades real quick. This was a real close one again. Most people gave this a B, and some gave it a C.
I gave it a B.
Yeah, you did. You did give it a B. I think I'm going to join that boat as well. I'm going to give it a B as well.
Yeah. Strong cards, strong matches.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, a good match. Yeah.
I actually had fun watching the Survivor Series.
Yeah, me too.
Favorite match? The majority went with AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar. No surprise.
Yep.
One voted for the women's elimination match as their favorite. One went with the men's elimination match as their favorite. And one went with the New Day against the Shield. I'm going with Styles and Brock. That was by far the best match of the show. And then finally, our least favorite, it is a tie between Elias against Matt Hardy and the Cruiserweight title. And then 2 votes for Baron Corbin against The Miz, and 1 for the women's elimination match. Ooh, very surprising. Yeah. What was your least favorite match?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
No, which one was your least favorite?
Oh, my least favorite match. The pre-show match.
There were 3 of them.
The shitty one. The first one.
Elias and Hardy?
Yeah.
All right. I'm actually going to be different on this one.
Okay.
I did not like the Cruiserweight title match.
I
didn't think it was that good of a match. But all in all, I think WWE had a successful weekend. 2 good shows.
Definitely.
2 good shows. You had very good quality matches. I'd recommend both shows to watch.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna do the announcements real quick, and then we'll get to the plugs to end the show. The last episode of this year, 2017, which is going to be our year in review, is going to be December 21st. That is our season finale. Now, besides doing our year in review, Fro, we're going to be reviewing Clash of Champions and Ring of Honor's final battle on that show as well. So
I'm looking forward to that.
That's
show
going to be a loaded season finale on December 21st. Yep. So then we're going to take a week off for the holidays. And then we're going to come back January the 4th. And for the first time ever, for our season premiere, Fro, we are going, you and I, we're going to separately watch Wrestle Kingdom. And then after the show, we are going to join on Skype and we are going to immediately review Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, right after it's done.
Because we are that crazy.
Yep.
But it's also because we love you guys. You guys are the best. Then January 11th will be the 3rd annual That Wrestling Awards show, where we will hand out the awards voted upon by you, the listeners of That Wrestling Show. And next week, I'll go into more detail of the categories that will be going on. And then January the 18th, I had to think about this, Fro, but we're going to do it. We're going to dedicate an entire episode on the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw on January the 18th. And then January 25th will be our live Royal Rumble preview show. So we're going to...
Can't wait.
Yep, and so we're going to end 2017 on a good note, and we're going to kick 2018 in the nuts to kick off the new year. So quickly, our plugs. You know what? I'm not even going to do the email. So I'm going to skip the email. You guys know it by now. You can follow the show on Twitter at Wrestling Show 11. You can join our Facebook group, type in That Wrestling Show, and if for some reason you can't find us, click on the link below in the description box and you are right there. Don't forget to visit the website, thatwrestlingshow.com. Visit the Patreon page, patreon.com/Bill's World of Podcasts. Don't forget to go to w2mnet.com for the best articles, not only in wrestling, but also in sports and entertainment and so many other podcasts on there as well. Fro, what are you guys going to be talking about on Another Digital Citizen this week?
A lot.
Very good.
Check it out. Yeah, check it.
And this Friday, we're going to have another South Park episode. And the episode is Kenny Dies.
He does.
He does. So next week, we're back to our regular Thursday schedule. And Fro, I have a treat for you. I'm going to be doing another review next week.
Okay.
I'm going to find a show, and an old wrestling show, and I'm going to review it for you and for everybody to listen to. Everybody, have a good, safe rest of the week. For all of you Americans out there, have a happy Thanksgiving. And to all of you non-Americans, still have a good rest of the week. And whenever you are done doing whatever it is you do, come back here next week for an all-new episode of That Wrestling Show, where I will still be digesting my Thanksgiving food 1 week later. So, for Fro, I'm Bill. Until next time, wrestle on.
Wrestle on.
Gobble, gobble.